I'm gonna give my initial thoughts on the game. I think like one of my favorite things so far about the game is the fact that it's taken a lot of like different aspects of other games and applied it to their game. Like one of the things, like the firing range, just something like that, which can help people get used to weapons, is such a key factor for beginning players, because Halo in itself is a hard game. I think a big reason that Halo has always had a hard time of like retaining a competitive setting is because people haven't had an ability to really practice the best way, and like helping beginners learn the game and learn the weapons with something as simple as shooting bots is really important. I think that's really important in most games now that come out. It's just having some sort of aim trainer, and I think the game is relatively simplified. and like I said, Halo is a hard game. It is not easy. No one likes to just get on a game and get shit on at all. No one likes to just get shit on when they get on a game. So that's why I think a lot of people have switched to games like Apex, or not Apex, games like Call of Duty, or games that give them instant gratification of being able to kill someone, because it takes like, it's a short time to kill. And I think this game is like it's a good balance between quick time to kill if you can actually hit your shots, and like close range combat, which is something that Halo's always had as like an ideal thing, is being able to good at close range combat. So like right now, obviously we only have one map to base it off of, and that's probably like that map isn't big enough to be like a free-for-all map or anything like that, or like a 4v4 map. I'm pretty sure that's just specifically for this mode in itself. I mean, if it is, like, who knows how it'd work out. Spawns would be way too easy to trap, like, etc. The game feels like it plays slow. Like when I'm sprinting, I don't really feel like I'm sprinting and moving too fast. It feels like it's necessary to get around quicker, but it doesn't feel like it's like you're moving at like twice the speed or anything like that. It actually feels like it's a pretty consistent movement. I'm sure it's not as advanced like Halo 5. It's really not gonna have a movement skill gap as far as I can tell right now. There's not like, I mean, I'm sure you can figure out some tricks once you play the game. Just let Shotzi play test it for an hour. I'm sure he'll figure something out. But overall, the movement seems pretty basic, but it seems like there still is going to be a skill of being able to maneuver around the map properly. I haven't actually used the grapple yet. I don't know if that's like, that seems like that's a power up. Some of the things I don't know if will be used in competitive, like the shields that you toss. We'll see how that works out, because I can shoot through it and you can't shoot through it until you do X amount of damage to a specific square. And like any good player, if you're smart, like you're gonna shoot through a specific square, then as soon as that square is gone, you're gonna move to the next square and just keep abusing it like as much as you can. Like good players will abuse that. So we'll see if that makes it into competitive or not. My aim settings, I think I think too many aim settings is not a good thing. Personally, I've always been a fan of pretty simplified aiming mechanics, because the last thing you need is head casing people on settings. And I mean, I'm already head casing. Like you look at all these settings, you have all these different dead zones, you have look acceleration, look sensitivity, horizontal, vertical, 1.4, all these. Like I've never been that big of a fan of that. I think I like just having like a set standard that you get used to that just makes it smooth. I also think it's also a good thing at the same time for people who are really picky with their aim. And I'm honestly only talking about controller right now. I haven't actually gone into the keyboard and mouse settings too much. I'm sure you could mess with that on your own, but I don't like too many aim settings. It gets confusing. It's actually intimidating for a casual user to look at all of this who has no idea what any of these are. And honestly, it's kind of a put off. But you know, I guess that's up to you to make that decision on if you like that or not. But that's just my personal opinion. I just think new users are going to be really turned off by that. But once you find something that you like, I'm sure it'll be better than just having a basic setting. But I think like just starting the game, it's going to be confusing for people. I haven't really gotten into the controller settings right now. I'm just using default. I'm sure customizing whatever you want. There is custom settings at the bottom here that you can go into. I have not gone into that yet. I'm just kind of using standard settings. I really do like the battle pass that we've already seen, which if we go to, where is it at? I think customize or shop. Like, you can buy credits here. We already have, like, it already showcased a battle pass. You already see some of the stuff here. That's really cool. I've already purchased all these, but I mean, this is just necessary for any game anymore. It really is just necessary. So I think it's a good start. And coming out with a battle pass, like you already see, like we have the battle pass here. And it just tells me some of the rewards I've earned. You have like different unlockables, helmets, all this stuff, armors, weapon skins, all that kind of stuff. I think this is absolutely necessary for any game that's releasing. So I think that's very solid. I do not think there's any grenade jumping in this game as far as I've played. And overall, I mean, it's a tech preview, guys. You can't expect anything like to be completely polished. I do feel like there's some screen tearing that I'm dealing with. I don't know if that's like some settings issues. I do run on a 3090, but right now, I mean, I've enjoyed the game. I've enjoyed the game. It feels good. It feels the weapons feel relatively balanced. I mean, obviously the DMR right now seems like the most powerful weapon to me, because it seems like it can be used up close and from range at a really efficient rate. I think the BR is probably the most consistent of the weapons. I think the DMR is a higher skill cap, but that's kind of how every Halo's been. There's nothing wrong with that. I think the pistol's in a good spot. I think all the main weapons are in a good spot. The AR is going to be good up close. The plasma pistols, I haven't used the needler yet, but once again, you can always go to the firing range and practice these weapons and figure out which one you'd like the most.